Hello, friends of Lance. Monday, June 8th, the week of the World Cup opener has started with news in the Brazilian national team. Midfielder Ederson from Atalanta showed up here in New Jersey on Monday morning and is already with the Brazilian national team. And it's also an important morning because Neymar is having an MRI scan to find out if he'll be able to return to training with the ball, right?
Neymar has already had the MRI scan this Monday, probably at the same clinic where Wesley had his. Yesterday as well. He was also cut from the squad for Ederson's arrival. The result hasn't been released by the CBF yet. We believe we might have some news soon. Hours before, actually minutes before the press conference, right? Which will be with Bruno Guimarães today. Bruno Guimarães will speak to the press this Monday. Yeah, so we have a positive expectation, right? If the MRI shows everything is fine with Neymar, he should show up in the afternoon on the field to do some activities kind of with the group, in quotes, right? He should do that activity there, passing the ball, starting to do some sprints, jogging a bit anyway, but at least he'll be on the field. Because since we arrived in the United States, we haven't seen Neymar yet. Yeah, we've seen some photos of Neymar, but personally, we haven't had any contact with Neymar since we got here in the United States, right?
Just a reminder that the team has always been training in the late afternoon, but tomorrow actually there will be an earlier practice. It's been really hot here in New Jersey in the afternoon, but it's worth noting that the team always plays at that time. In the World Cup, the games will be in the late afternoon and early evening, so that's why the team has preferred to train closer to the game time. They debut on Saturday the 13th against Morocco, and Yanaka was at the stadium here in New York yesterday to watch the Morocco versus Norway friendly. So, did it surprise you?
That's right, the score was 1-1, right? Morocco started better, took the lead, and Norway managed to tie in the second half. I specifically went to the stadium to take a look at Morocco, to analyze them a bit. Morocco caught my attention for a few reasons, you know? Morocco doesn't press the opponent high up the field. They let the opponent have the ball, let them pass it around, and really capitalize on the opponent's mistakes. What caught my attention was how quickly they transition from taking the ball from the opponent to going on the attack. They break forward as a very strong unit and they hardly ever miss a pass when coming out on the counter-attack after winning the ball back, and that's actually how they scored their goal. So, it started on the left side, they won the ball on the left, and then the ball ended up on the right side for Brian Diaz to take the shot. There, almost there, just outside the box, just a little inside the box, he shot across and scored the goal. But Morocco kept making that same move, breaking forward quickly as a unit. Those were the moments that scared Norway the most. And they also have a style there. On the flanks, when they're on the side of the field, they always try to create a numerical advantage, right? They use the fullback, defensive midfielder, attacking midfielder, and forward to make runs from the middle behind defenders. So the forward or attacking midfielder can finish in front of the goalkeeper. Yeah, it's a team that plays a lot like that, in blocks, you know, both when defending and attacking with very close lines. There was a moment when Norway really reminded me of Brazil. That ball movement there, passing it around, trying to find space, using Haaland as a target man, which we might try to do with Igor Thiago. And Norway had a little bit of difficulty until they managed to equalize. It's worth remembering that Morocco has a problem with two players, one of them a starting defender who might not be able to play. Bo Boya is Boe. Maybe he can't play, maybe he'll even be cut from the World Cup. Morocco was supposed to release an evaluation this afternoon, so let's see. Let's wait and see what happens. But if Brazil manages to get their marking right, make few passing mistakes, and not give Morocco the chance for those quick transitions, I think Brazil can have a really good performance in their World Cup debut.
It's about that, the strategy. They'll have to work hard on defense this week because Yanako said that Morocco doesn't mind giving up possession, and we saw that in the friendly against Egypt. Yeah, on Saturday the team played with high pressing, but when they faced a counterattack, they had trouble and ended up making mistakes, ended up struggling. Yeah, a lot, yeah. The team trains every day until Friday, and Friday is the traditional lighter game. So there will be the familiarization training at Match Life, and before that, training every day. Yeah, at the training center here in Morristown.
Keep in mind, Qatar didn't offer much familiarization training. Usually the captain and coach and sometimes the team would look, but it wasn't actual training on the game field. Yeah, let's see if here we'll have that 45-minute training session before the game and close to the press conferences, right? Press conferences in Qatar weren't at the game stadium, so let's see what the national team does. Match Life Stadium looked great when we visited. Get accredited. I hope it's a good debut that Neymar is on the bench. Let's hope we have some news today. Let's see what will happen with the national team this Monday, June 8th.
Cool, follow all the World Cup news here on Lance. Bye.